Hello there. I actually remembered to turn off my VPN before starting this time. Look at that. And we're streaming at a fairly normal time, midday, like we used to. Isn't that great? I'm still like a couple hours off schedule, but at least it's daytime. You could see the beautiful sun outside. Look at that. And I don't look as dark as usual because of it. Just putting away my charger. It usually takes a little bit of time for people to get notified anyway, so it's all good. No real rush. Let me open up my YouTube page. Make sure everything is working. Turn off the sound. There we go. Okay, there's that. Anything else I need? That's about it, I think. Wonder if the algorithm is gonna push my content at all, because I'm like, my schedule has been so inconsistent. I've still been streaming every day, but it's been very inconsistent. Like the amount of time I've spent on the streams, the time I start, everything has been very inconsistent. But that's okay. Doesn't matter too much. It's all good. Anyway, might as well cover analytics today first. So, in terms of analytics, we got another form submission today. So we have a few. Actually, did we get two? Might have gotten two. Let me take a quick look. Yeah, we actually got two today. One was last night and like early this morning, and the other one was a couple hours ago. I tried to call them, said it was unavailable. I sent them a text. I'll see if they get back to me or not. We'll see. And the other guy, I should contact actually, because I didn't. Their email looks a bit fucked up though. Let me check my email campaign, make sure that it's actually a valid email. So I don't want to have a high bounce rate. Contacts. This one. Hey Vaish, what's up? Yes, okay. It is a valid email. For business, they just said NA. And you know what? They have an Irish number. I could probably call them. What were they doing submitting? I don't understand why some people submit forms at like 2 in the morning. It's very odd to me. Does God love me? You picked the wrong guy to talk to that to talk about with when it comes to that. I said that in the most broken English way possible. I'm sorry. I guess my brain is still lagging behind a little bit. It's, you know what? I'll just give a very generic answer. Yes. Sure. Depends which God you're talking about. Like, if you talk about God from, like, the Old Testament, depending on what kind of stuff you've been doing in your life, he might hate your ass. If you're talking about, like, modern God, then, probably. He loves you too. Maybe. Who knows? Depends who you ask, huh? What do you do for a living? There's only one. Okay, well, look, there's many religions. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that there's more than one. I'm saying that the Old Testament and the New Testament, they're the same God, but, you know, supposedly the way that he was before was a lot more, like, brutal. Jesus is our savior. Look, brother, I'm not religious. It would take a lot for you to break through my guard, but I'm happy for you. Oldest religion is Hindu. Again, I don't know anything about religion. I know very rudimentary amounts. What do you do for a living? Marketing. What's your stance on what? Depends on what. Fresh avocado. Are you doing that like meme from a while ago? What was it, like the avocado or something? Uh, I work in UPS. Nice. USPS. My mistake. Don't mean to offend anybody. UPS, USPS, very different. Yeah, my stance on, I don't know. I'm just I don't believe in religion. Not my thing. I have my own personal opinions and philosophy on life, which is not linked to religion. But I should probably call this other guy. I don't believe in a higher power, no. Oh, I mean, occasionally I have like instances where I'm like, maybe there is some kind of supernatural thing going on, but usually no. Because sometimes I just think some things that happen in my life are way too coincidental. Like it's unreasonably coincidental. Anytime I go through any hardship, the way that it stacks is unbelievable to me sometimes. Like right now. Hey, it's been so long I was your journey going, it's going all right. We're getting some leads in. We have like 20 leads right now. We have a meeting booked tomorrow. I'm working on a new ad campaign. That's what today's topic is about, actually. So how do you explain how we're here? Just whatever science believes. Like, you know, fucking, we were like germs and somehow ended up on the planet. I don't know. Look, man, don't ask me, brother. From the ads, yes, from the ads. My cost per lead right now is 16 euro. It's a little bit more than that. It's more like 18 because there were a few submissions that happened twice. It's not amazing, but like I have a very small budget to test with. So I have an ad campaign in testing right now. And I'm trying to think of a new one, which is hopefully going to be like the big one that I hope works out for me. I'm going to do like a full funnel campaign. And I'm going to make it entertaining because right now they're very like generic, simple, not generic as in like they're not targeting anybody, but they're very simple ads. There's not a lot of editing. There's not a lot of attention grabbing. The hook is just pitching the offer directly for one of them, and for the other, it's just a static image ad with the offer on it. So they're very simple, but I want to make like a full funnel ad, have at least 3 to 5 ads in it to run, and we'll see how that goes. How much you running per day? In terms of money right now, 50 euro, and I'm running 5 ads, so 10 each. I'm running them in 2 ad sets, well, 2 campaigns actually right now because I had to relearn Facebook ads recently and realized that a lot has changed since that new Andromeda update. So I fucked up with my campaign structure when I launched, so ended up having to do 2 campaigns. What skills are the most important to succeed in marketing? Fuck, man. I couldn't tell you. Like, there's so much to it. You need to be analytical. You need to have good critical thinking. You need to be creative. You need to know how to grab attention. You need to know how to structure a good offer. There's so much in it. Like, I literally can't. I can't give you like a crash course on it in 5 minutes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a career. Hey, Ellebeck. What are we doing right now? We're going to be working on like developing the customer journey a little bit for the new ad campaign I want to run. What's your campaign for? Just for my marketing service. So 50x 5 per day or 10 euro per day. It's a campaign budget optimization, CBO campaign. It's running at, well, actually, sorry, let me break it down. I've got 2 campaigns. One is running at 30 per day, which has 1 ad in it, which is performing the best right now, so I don't want to fuck with the budget. And the other one is running at 20 per day. But yeah, I need to like restructure it. I need to make a new campaign which is like set up properly with all the new information I got. I'm just doing everything very fast, so there's not a lot of thinking involved when I'm launching everything. I'm more of a, at least I've been forcing myself to be this kind of person where just send it and fix it later. That's the that's the mentality I'm running under. So I can make money with you. Depends in what way. If you have a business and you need marketing, then yeah, you give me some money and I'll give you more back than you gave me. That's the exchange. As any business exchange, that's how business functions. You get more than you give. Depends on your business too. I don't work with everybody. I'm gonna turn off my AC. Give me a second. So let's make a business. I have my business. That's your job, brother. You can set up your own business, and then if you need some help, I'm right here. I'm trying to run my own business. That's what this whole series is about. How's the money model? I have a few different, like I have two offers right now running. First offer is I'm giving away a free blueprint for getting more customers, and the second one is just a direct offer. So the first one is like a decoy offer, and the other one is more of a direct pitch. On the inside, I am pitching a $6,000 service upfront. That's a one-time fee for marketing services. And I intend to upsell them on a retainer by the time that the upfront service concludes, which is within a month. For anybody who can't afford the 6,000 upfront, I have multiple downsell offers where I go from 6,000 down to splitting 50-50, down to 2,000 for 3 months, or 1,000 for 6 months. That's pretty much it. I don't have like anything else planned out because I'm just focusing on everything's very front loaded for me right now. Look, I think it'd be good, more good on organic, definitely YouTube for making videos about your target audience. I could, but the thing is, I have so little time. The reason I'm running the ads is because I literally am down to my last like $2,000 budget. And I just don't have time. I don't have enough time to make YouTube work. I genuinely just don't. Because that's more of a long-term game, whereas I have like literally less than a month left before I'm out of money. So I really gotta make this work, man. Hey, I saw you about 3 weeks ago. What's the progress? Um, yeah, progress is okay. We have about 20 leads. A decent amount of them are opening all of our emails. I think we're averaging like 30% open rate across the entire email nurture. We have a call booked for tomorrow, which I'll send them a confirmation email to see if they are planning to show up, so I don't waste my time. That's about it. Yeah. So it's okay. Haven't gotten any clients yet, but we're getting there. Open rate on the first email is 35%, which is decent, and then 26% on the other one, which I wish it was a little bit higher, but not that bad. And then some of them like recover. I just don't think I have a lot of data to make assumptions off of this, to be honest. I don't have enough people in my campaign, in my email campaign to like draw conclusions yet. Want to be a business partner. Well, good luck with that. I wish you luck, brother. I don't really need a business partner. I'm good on the business front end. I'm just kind of lacking time. I could really use a video editor. That's my main thing right now, because all that I have left to do is essentially just plan out more ad campaigns and make more organic content. So video editor would be really handy. Give me a second. I'm gonna blow my nose. Why not? You seem to have the intelligence. Are you saying I'd be stupid not to have you as a business partner? What is your like? Why would I have you as a business partner? What would you exactly bring for me? I'm just curious. Or do you mean you want? Uh, okay, no, I don't know. Just money. How much? And what would your expected returns be? Because investing is basically giving a loan, unless you want to be an angel investor, which I doubt. Wouldn't make sense for this kind of thing. Yeah, like I have a lot of knowledge at this point. 30,000. What currency? I really don't need a lot of money, honestly. Like 2 to 3 grand USD would probably get me my first couple of clients. I would have a lot less stress and I'd be able to focus a lot more on setting up a really good ad campaign to bring in our first few customers. I really don't want to take investment because I really want to be able to do it on my own, but I'm willing to take it perhaps if I'm like literally on my last leg. Let's talk about it. Yeah, sure. The stream is not the best place to discuss stuff like this. If you want to message me, you can message me on Instagram. I have exactly the same name there as here. Or you can join my Discord, which is at the top of my YouTube channel. There's a link there. Or I can also give you my number if you prefer something like WhatsApp. So just pick one of those. Probably Instagram would be easiest. Should be able to find me pretty easily. Just keep pushing, book more calls, confident you get close. From the sound of it, you seem competent enough. Yeah, like I think I have all the knowledge. Right now, it's literally just execution because I have such a lack of time. And since I'm doing everything myself, like I have to manage everything. I'm building my own backend all by myself. I built my own website. I did my own email marketing, set up my own automations, landing pages, ad campaigns, the media buying part of the ad campaigns, as well as recorded and edited and made the ads. I'm doing everything alone. So my biggest crux right now is time. And because I'm so low on budget now, because it took me so long to get everything set up, and like I'm about to run out of money just because of living expenses. But yeah, like I know a lot about this stuff at this point. It's just having the thing about advertising is the majority of advertising is to do with testing. When you have a small budget, it's extremely difficult to test. And without testing, it's hard to get good data to know what works and what doesn't. You can do research, but you're still relying on how the market responds to particular messaging that you have. No matter how much research you do, there's still always going to be a risk. You can't just copy what everybody else does because that's not always going to work. Your personality is different, your offer is different, the messaging might be tiresome for people. So the problem with having a small budget is that you can't test properly. I have to basically bank all of my resources into hoping that I make a really good campaign as like an initial launch, which is very unnerving, especially because of the like looming stress of running out of money and going homeless. That's not helpful. I wouldn't literally go homeless, but I'd have to go back to living with my mother. She doesn't know any of this is happening. But yeah. That's basically it. Like I could get a good ad campaign going with like 5 grand. So I'm missing like 2 to 3 grand ish. And then I would feel way safer about it. Right now, like the stress level is making it hard to craft good ads and campaigns. If I had that, I feel like I'd be way lower stress. I'd be able to actually take a little bit of time, focus, make a good ad campaign, do appropriate testing, and then launch that, and then it would work out better. But I'm trying to make do with what I got, you know? There's a lot of other people who would be in a similar position to me, and that's kind of the reason why I want to do it on my own like this. Is a loan a no-go? Yeah, I don't really want to fuck with loans. Investment, sure, because if you if you can't pay it back, depends on the type of investment, of course, but if you can't pay it back, that's like expected to be fine. You just write it off. With loans, I really don't want to risk bankruptcy. That's not something that I'm interested in right now. Also, I'd have to fly back to my home country because I don't have a bank account here where I live right now. I get you. So you don't have enough funds to test strategies, stopping you from having enough data to really know what works. Yes, exactly. So I'm really banking on launching like 1 or 2 campaigns that really do well and do well enough. So I have one that's going right now, which the CPL is not terrible, so I'm not touching it. But it takes a while for Meta to get out of its learning phase. I think it's something like 50 conversions a week you want to get out of the learning phase. And I just don't have a lot of budget to get to that point. I can probably run like 2 to 3 campaigns in total and test them like moderately effectively before I run out of money. So I essentially have like 3 tries-ish. Try number 1 is going and it's going fine. I started trial number 2 a couple days ago. So that's running right now as well, and we'll see. We're going to start getting data in from that. No conversions from that campaign yet. And I want to make one really, really good campaign where I'm doing like a full funnel thing. Because right now, basically marketing campaigns kind of work in like a funnel structure, which is like top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel. And there's 5 different stages of a customer journey. You've got like unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. And the whole way the funnel works is you want to kind of bring people through the entire journey to capture everybody in the larger market, because only 3% of people in any given market are ready to make a purchase right now. And if you're doing just bottom of funnel ads, which is just like, here's my offer and try to get them to convert, you're going to be missing out on a large portion of people because that's only 3% of the whole market. Now, you can get some people from that, and right now we're kind of middle of funnel, so I'm trying to do a little bit of both. But there's a lot of people that are at the bottom. Like 97% of your customers are not at that stage yet. So you want to create ads which make people aware of a problem, maybe give them a little bit of help, some kind of value resource for free to help them out with that. Then you want to build some kind of trust or credibility, either providing more value or giving reviews, testimonials, whatever, just so people see you more often. And then you want to try to get them to convert into some kind of offer. And then you want to retarget them. So it's like, hey, you know, I saw you visited my site. If you're still thinking about this, you know, book in. Or if you want to be a little bit funnier, you could be some like, who do I have to kidnap for you to book a call? Or like, hey, I was refreshing my calendar and didn't see your name pop up yet. You know, don't make me wait. And that's kind of how it works. The general structure you want to have in like a really effective full funnel campaign. So that's what I'm going to be working on next. Sometimes I wish I went into a business-oriented career, but in times like you're going through, I feel like my personality would be incredibly volatile. Man, trust me, you can go through the streams, you will see I have had a lot of really shitty days. It's really difficult to keep motivated sometimes and to not just be completely depressed and a nervous wreck constantly. I want to know what resolution of video shorts so I can edit the intermission pair to fit the shorts format. It's 9:16. It's just the regular format flipped vertically. What cold outreach are you doing right now? I'm not doing cold outreach. I'm just doing paid advertising. I tried email campaign, but our cost per lead was really bad, so I stopped it because of all the software we're using. And right now I'm just spending all of my time on making better campaigns. I have a lot of emails I can reach out to manually still, but it's like I gotta pick one or the other. And email campaigns take a while to convert because they're very time consuming. So in terms of like the fact that my living expenses and like rent is going to be due really soon, I'm better off just putting all of my time into the ads because they're more likely to work out faster. I can't do it all. There's not enough time. I always get them with the serving free beer tomorrow. Yeah, that sounds like a good angle. Makes sense. So let's go over our analytics a little bit then. I'll go over campaign 1. So campaign 1 right now is at 21 leads, which in reality is actually 18? 18, I think. 17 or 18. Cost per lead is, let me calculate it because this is wrong. I'm going to go off of 18 leads. So our cost per lead is 17.80, 17 euro 80 cents. Link clicks are 107. Our link click-through rate is 1.5%, which is standard. What else can I do? I could do link clicks to leads. 107 divided by 18. Oh, wait, no. 18 divided by 107. So our landing page conversion rate is 17% right now. Let me check, actually. There's a statistic which is not super well known, which I actually want to check. And that's how many people are actually reaching our landing page, because it's not accurate to go off of just link clicks, because not everybody lands on the landing page. Because sometimes people click by accident and they turn it off before they get to that point, or your web page can load too slowly. So I think it's more accurate to check your landing page conversion based on how many people actually landed on your page. Otherwise, it's just more of like it's kind of hard to know. It's either that your website is loading too slowly, or that people just click by accident, which happens. So let's see our actual conversion rate. Customize columns. Landing page views rate per link click. Yes, this is what I need. It is nearly 70%. I'm just gonna round up to 70%. So actually, our metrics are so 107 times 0.68 divided by 72.76. 72.76. Our conversion rate on our landing page is around 25%, which is good. It's good. So 25% of people that are actually seeing our landing page are converting. So landing page is not an issue. The issue right now then most likely is the ad. We want to increase our click-through rate, our link click-through rate, because 1.6% is a little low. So the audience is either too cold or the ad is too shit. So we need to work on testing different creatives and different hooks and trying to improve that click-through rate. That's campaign 1. Campaign 2 has 20 link clicks. 50% are seeing the page. So probably accidental clicks if I were to guess then. So about 10 people saw and nobody converted. So that's quite bad, but it's still in the learning phase. We've only ran it for 2 full days in terms of budget. So it's still too early to really say anything about that. So that's that. Those are all the statistics there. I hope that I'm like doing a decent job of explaining everything. For some of you, this might just sound like total gobbledygook, like complete utter nonsense, but definitely worked in a restaurant. Yeah, I mean, how could it not? People love free shit. Yeah, cold outreach does take time, and ads done right can get you multiple leads. Yeah, it's just faster. Like my biggest issue right now is speed. Hey, how are you? Hello. I'm good. How about you? Call of Duty mobile games. I really like the COD mobile game. I haven't played it in like a few years now, but when I played it, I had a really good time with it. I played it with a friend of mine. We were fucking great at it. It was starting to get hard to compete when you get to the echelon where all of the guys are using like blue stacks, which means that they're actually just playing on their PC and not on mobile. It gets hard to compete with those. What's your process for booking calls? That's actually another good metric I could go over. I booked 2 calls out of all of those leads. So 25% conversion on the landing page for leads, and then how many of those, like 2% booked in? Something like that in total? Or is it? Is that how that works? Out of 18 leads, we got 2 booked calls, so about 1 every 9. So about 10% of people are booking in. Let me ask you a weird question. I don't know how it would work in terms of marketing, but yes. What's your process for booking calls? I just give people the... So when they opt in, for one of the campaigns, I have a video sales letter which they can watch. Nobody's opened it yet because nobody's converted from that campaign. The other one, I'm offering a free blueprint, which is just basically like a long course sent by email with implementation steps they can take every day to improve their results. Every email has a call to action, which is like, you know, you want us to do this for you so you don't have to do it yourself. Click here to book. And besides that, on the actual landing page, when people opt in, they are also given an opportunity to book a call. Hi, Daddy. Don't be weird. How old are you? You better be over 18 if you're saying shit like that. Don't be weird. I am. Okay, how old are you? And are you a man? The restaurant would get beer representative, and they would bring free stuff. The restaurant would get a beer representative, and they would bring free stuff, and when we give it away to the public for publicity for us, the beer company, how could that work with marketing? I mean, that is a form of marketing. You're giving away something for free to get people to come into your restaurant. You could put conditions on it. You could say you get a free beer with every meal, so you could get people to spend with you first. So you actually get something in return for it and not just the giveaway beer. What the fuck? Have you just come here to troll? Is that what it is? It's been a while since we had a troll here. I always assume everyone is a 30-year-old white man on the internet. Yeah, but I mean exclusively from marketing firm to marketing firm. Exclusively marketing firm to marketing firm, like how we could give them free beer. You got to be a little bit more specific, brother. You like men. Are you also a man? Are you a gay man who likes men? Ellebeck, be more specific, and then I'll see if I can say something. You're not pan, you are a pan. Okay. What are your pronouns? Ding dong. Sorry. Cook me. Stop being weird. You're saying you're a pan and then you want me to cook you. You mean cook in you? God, that sounds worse. I take that back. How could you trade concessions between firms? Like how the beer company would give us items to give publicly? Oh, so you're thinking in terms of like a form of affiliate marketing, like one unrelated company giving something for another company to give away on their behalf where they both mutually benefit? That kind of thing? Yeah. So in terms of like what, 2 marketing companies against each other? Well, I'd have to be specific. You could come up with stuff like that, like if the marketing companies specialize in different areas. Like you have somebody who specializes in website design and another one that specializes in SEO. They could definitely collaborate. I'm not sure, like I think this would only really work most of the time in cases where they are selling different products or services. I'm not really sure how 2 companies can join and do something like that for each other if they both do the same thing. It seems like marketing companies would be against each other inherently. A lot of them would be, yes, but like I said, there's different specializations. And you could actually really benefit from getting the customer list of another marketing company. They might not want to give it to you, but if you give them an incentive, like some kind of affiliate program, so like, hey, give us your customer list for this particular service, which they can't provide anyway. So let me give you an example. Let's say I run, let me think about this. I run an ad agency and I don't know how to do SEO. Another company does SEO but doesn't know how to do ads. Let's say I get a customer and they are asking me to do SEO, but I don't do SEO. So I might want to partner with the SEO company where if I bring them clients, they would give me a percentage of the sale. So I would tell that guy, sure, we can do SEO for you, yada, yada. And then refer them to the other side, or like I would get them to come in and talk to them instead on a call. And because I can't do SEO anyway, I might as well give my potential customer, my prospect, to the other company and make a percentage of the sale on that. That's a potential method. That make sense? I love femboys. Well, you're in the wrong place. Sorry. I got a tick on my tail. Me get it. Put off your switch of your finger. I don't even know what that means. Ellebeck, I don't know. Were you too distracted for that? Could it be like a main business model? Probably. But at that point, you're just like a lead generation company for somebody else then. It's just pure affiliate marketing. Like I could run a marketing company where I try to find people. Well, I'm essentially becoming the middleman. I'm connecting people who need certain marketing services to another marketing company. So in essence, I guess I'm still a marketing company in a way. I'm just generating leads for other marketing companies and take a percentage of the profits, which is just pretty much a standard affiliate marketing setup. So yeah, no, you could. You could. I think there are like people doing that. Not like very familiar with it. I know affiliate marketing, but I don't know it extremely well. I just know some like pretty standard strategies. But yeah, from my limited knowledge, you could definitely do that. Although I think that if you're going to do that, it would make more sense to run your own marketing company too, because then for anybody who does actually need your service, you would make a lot more money on that sale than you would the affiliate sale. Okay, gotcha. So it would just be more worthwhile to go after a larger slice of the pie, not limit yourself. Yeah, you can do the affiliate marketing, but you're only going to get a percentage of the sale. It is less work in that way. Like that's kind of the appeal of affiliate marketing is you don't need to have a product or service, which can be difficult. But if you do have a product or service, you will always have better margins than you will on affiliate marketing. That's just the nature of how it works. Some affiliate deals can be very good. Some offer like 50%. And in that case, you're profiting a lot. If you're getting them without advertising, especially, you're profiting a lot. Because if the other, think about it like this, the other company, if they are running purely off of affiliate leads, then their marketing costs are just the affiliate amount that they refund. Whereas if you're the one running the ads, then chances are they're still making a larger portion of the pie. Because in theory, out of the 50% that you're getting, since you're spending on the marketing costs and the other company is not, then you're losing more than they are. They're gaining more than you. So I really can't imagine an instance where it's possible to make more from affiliate marketing than the actual company that's getting the leads and providing the service. But it is a lower barrier thing. Like since you don't need to provide a service or a product. it's easier in that sense to have an affiliate business, but the margins are much rougher. Every business has its challenges. But if you're really good at marketing and you just do affiliate, then you can have a really easy setup. If you set up a system that works really well, like let's say you run an ad campaign for your affiliate thing and it's doing really, really well, like you might not even need to touch it anymore. It'll just keep doing well. And you don't, since you're not delivering a service or a product, it's just, it's essentially passive income. Whereas with a service or a product, you can only get to that point if you have outsourced all of your employee work for actually delivering the product or service. Hey Ches, what's up? How you doing, brother? So I went over the analytics. Let's see here. Good, nice. What is it you do? I can't remember if I asked you. School, work, or college? As I've been wondering, how do I get more affiliate links for that AI webpage? A lot of services have built out affiliate programs, which you should be able to find on their webpage. And for any place that doesn't, you can probably email them and ask them if they have an affiliate link or affiliate program. Not everybody does, but some do. Another way that you can make some money as well is if you start like a YouTube page or some kind of Instagram thing where you could talk about specific tools, like AI tools in videos every day, and have your affiliate link, have your website set up. And let's just say hypothetically, you get to a point where every single one of the links on your website are affiliate links. You click on that, and every video you just pitch your website for finding AI software, and just hope a bunch of people sign up from the links there. You can make a little bit of money that way. A lot do and a lot don't because AI was new at the time, but it's been a couple months, so I should look again. Yeah, you should. You could definitely make some money that way. You'd have to drive some traffic to it somehow, and probably your best bet would be organic. But yeah, there's a lot of series on Instagram which are doing extremely well, which are just like telling people about AI tools, and you could tell people about AI tools and just link them to your site and have them sign up through the affiliate link. It's lagging. Is that so? I don't have any dropped frames, so it's on your end, Ches. Thinking of using Canva to make an advertisement for YouTube. I think that's a bad idea. YouTube is not very good at image ads, as far as I'm aware. They're like pure video ads, and they have to be really entertaining because they're very intrusive, and people really don't like YouTube ads. So I think you would struggle with that. I think you'd be far better off with Facebook or Instagram in this regard than YouTube. Personally, I could be wrong, but just from what I know, I think Facebook, Instagram would work better. But again, your margins would suck ass. You're better off doing organic. You can actually also use organic as a method of testing, because if you do Instagram and like Facebook Reels for a while, like let's say a few months, and you get one video that does really well, like in a series or something, you can just take that and turn it into an ad and show it to more people. I'm gonna go now. Okay, bye. Every time you show up, no matter what time I'm streaming, you're just like, hi, bye. I see ya. I mean like a video ad itself, not like an ad over people videos. You mean like a proper YouTube video? that's structured as an advertisement. So like a sales letter. Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. I would say your reels would be best for you though. If you have a lot of time too, what you could do is you could make multiple accounts and post the same video to each account with different style captions so that the algorithm doesn't flag your content for being reused. You can force the algorithm in that case to get like around 300 views a video per account. So if you do that on 10 accounts, you can force 3,000 people to see it every day. And then occasionally you're going to have some which do extremely well. And then the ones that do extremely well, you should just turn those into ads. Giving you a full strategy here. There was nothing but a drop left in that. I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back. Give me a second. I'm back. Yes, the Red Chair channel. And he's back. Yeah, I told you I'll only be gone for a little bit. Who's that one person on Twitch that's been watching for like the past hour but hasn't said anything? I'm watching you. Man, this discussion took a while. Been at it for ages. It's getting really hot in here again. So, in terms of the ads I'm planning to run right now, I still haven't gone through all of it, but I'll give you like my draft ideas right now for this new campaign. Did the analytical data go that far? What analytical data? So the campaign structure right now I have in mind, which is have a reel that grabs attention. So very well edited, highly engaging video. Add a few ideas of that. Maybe thinking about like telling people about grabbing attention in general. Like how do you grab attention and make a video about that. But I'm really not 100% sure on that concept yet. The second ad would be an educational video. It would be either a reel or a carousel or both, which would, and the first one would be a reel. Second one would be reel or carousel or both, which would be more value driven. So it's like maybe teaching people common Facebook ad mistakes or why they're not getting enough clients or something like that. Simple lead magnet, either a short like PDF guide or a video sales letter of some sort. Ad 3, which would be more middle of funnel, would be overcoming some objections, like, you know, talking about why other agencies kind of suck, or why maybe if they've tried ads, why it didn't work, and if they got burned before, why they got burned, why other agencies don't do a good job, stuff like that. And give them the option to book a call. So the other two are more like free guide or free video training. This one is more like book now, book a call. The next one then would be a direct pitch, which would now show to a more warm audience who has seen me a few times, where I just give them like what our service is and the guarantee that comes with it. And then we have the retargeting ad, which would be anybody who like visited our website in the last 180 days, or somebody who watched the video training but didn't convert, or somebody who started booking into the calendar but didn't finish, that kind of thing. And they would be retargeted with a video ad or a static image ad. So that's that. That's the idea I'm going off of currently. Still need to work on that. Need to map out the entire customer journey too. I'm thinking about like, basically what a customer journey map is detailing What do you think your customers would be doing from the beginning of the like the entire journey of buying your service to the very end? So be like, okay, well, say you got a guy, Tom, running a landscaping business. Most of his jobs come from word of mouth and the occasional flyer. He'd notice a competitor that's, always busy, always getting jobs and popping up everywhere all over his feed. And while scrolling one day, he sees one of my ads where I'm like, okay, your competitors are stealing your customers. And that might, like, flick a switch for him, might piss him off a little bit. Then he'd open up if he liked it, he would open up the learn more section where I would give him a training or some kind of free document showing him how he can overcome the problem that I talked about. Either like regardless either in terms of how he could get more clients or what mistakes he might have been making, etc. Then he might, if he didn't book in or he did book in to get the free training, maybe a few days later or a week later, he might see the next ad, which would be like why ads may have failed before or why other companies may have burned you. Then that might get him to think, okay, well, maybe I was just doing the ads wrong. Then he would get retargeted with my direct pitch, where he's already seen me a few times now. He's built up a little bit of trust with me. And I would say, what if I guaranteed you this result in this amount of days, or we'd work for free? That would make him pause and would think probably, that sounds like a good deal. And I've already proved I know what I'm talking about. I gave him the free value. And if he goes there but doesn't finish the booking, he'd get retargeted like, hey, keep refreshing my calendar. Don't see you booking yet. Don't keep me waiting. And hopefully that would make him laugh a little bit, maybe remind him if he didn't finish the booking, and might make him want to book again. Then he'd show up to the call. We'd talk about the whole thing, like the whole qualification project, the whole qualification section. Ask him questions, see if we could actually work together, qualify him and stuff like that, and then make the sale. So that's kind of the journey that I'm imagining from our specific handling. Some people might obviously go on Google and look up results that way and try to find a marketing company. But we're not going to be running Google ads right now. Ideally, in like a total marketing effort, you want to make sure you show up everywhere. So you would want to also capture the people who are researching themselves, who might want to find a solution on Google. You would target certain keywords that they're likely to look up. They might want to check Reddit for results. In that case, you might want to run some Reddit ads. They might want to look up how-to tutorials on YouTube and find, you could find channels where you'd inject ads into relevant channels. You'd want to be everywhere, basically. So that's the idea. But for us, we're only doing Facebook, Instagram ads, so I'm only worried about this part. Question is, how's the journey going to be like after sales? I could tell you that too. Ammo waves. I haven't really planned it out like too far, but basically I have an onboarding form which they would fill out. They would give us all of their details about what it is that they have, their offer, their prices, common objections they get and stuff like that. And we'd start working on building them their entire funnel. So we would build their ad campaign, which we would do the same exact process. We would look at their customer journey. We would figure out how their customers are going to get to this kind of solution. We'd build out their ad campaign. We'd build their landing page with their funnel. We would set up their email marketing to keep them top of mind for anybody who books in, especially important for home services, which is what we're targeting, because home improvement projects tend to be something people consider for quite a long time, and they might end up forgetting because people are filling out quotes all the time. So if they filled out your quote and then they only decide to move forward with the project 3 months later, you want to make sure that you're still there, because otherwise they're going to forget about you and they're just going to go with the one they filled out recently that they've liked. So we'd set up their email marketing, which would also be automated sequences. Once everything's ready, we launch the ad campaign, start tracking results, getting data, refreshing ad creatives to improve results, and basically that's about it. keep good communication with them, you know, tell them about how the process is going. And that's essentially it. Yeah. And then at the end of the first 30 days of service, because the service I'm providing is a one-time service, which is uncommon for marketing agencies. A lot of them, I've actually read a lot of reviews while doing my own market research, that a lot of companies apparently keep all of the stuff that they make for their customers, which is extremely scummy of a move. They keep all of the data, like they set up their ad campaigns on their own infrastructure, and they shut down their websites and they keep everything. So I built my offer around eliminating that problem. I'm like, look, no retainers and no contracts. You keep everything. It's a one-time payment. You keep the whole system and it keeps working. And it would for a while, and we would help them like have support, make sure that the service pays for itself, which it would, because $6,000 is not a lot, considering that those like landscaping or fencing, whatever projects are like, you know, 5 to 30 grand, depending on the project. Literally, even just one sale would make up for the service. So it's a very attractive offer. But then after the 30 days, we would hopefully get in a good standing, give them good results, and we'd be like, look, you can manage this by yourself, or you can just pay us a management fee and we'll manage it for you every month and we'll keep improving your results. And I would upsell them into that. And then just continue with the ad management, refining their campaigns and refreshing ad creatives to keep the results high. So that's the whole process there. Hopefully that was comprehensive enough for you. Yo, how's it going? Making revenue has been so long since the last talk here. No, not yet. We're getting leads. No money yet. I'm planning out like new ad campaigns and need to start making more social media content again. So I spent most of the day planning out a new ad campaign I want to film and launch. Any other questions, Emma? Or anyone? It's getting so hot here. Hey, Christina. What's up? Nice to see you again. You told me you were going to tell me where you're from on Discord. You didn't. Shame on you. It's going good. Just talking about, you know, our customer journey and whatnot. Pretty simple, you know, just going over the ads, customer journey, yada yada. Oh, so sorry. Don't worry about it. Like it's not a big deal. You don't owe me anything. Check your Discord now. Yeah, I can. It's up. Already on day 69. I knew somebody was gonna mention it. I knew somebody was gonna mention it eventually. Don't speak it out here. Yes, I won't. Don't worry about it. I actually did that by accident once, where somebody asked to talk to me privately, and I read their entire Discord message out loud because I'm just used to kind of reading stuff out like that while I'm on stream. Completely fucked it up. Like they weren't mad about it because it wasn't like super private, but I have made that mistake before, so you're actually not wrong to call that out to make sure that I don't do that. Okay, cool. What's your home country? I'm actually originally from Lithuania, but I grew up in Ireland. I moved there when I was 7, and I live in Spain now. I moved here last year. My nose is getting itchy. Do you think your upper lip has a smell and you're just nose blind to it? Nope, don't think so. Speaking of lips, I have a really weird lip structure. It's from my father's side. It's so weird. Like, I've never seen anybody with lips like mine. They're really, like, odd. Especially when I, like, make facial expressions. They change a lot. What can you do? What's toady? I mean, today? It's like advertising and other shit today. See, daylight there. Yeah, because I'm streaming in the middle of the day like I used to. And I don't look so dark because of it. What you making? I am making a digital marketing agency. streaming schedule changed a bit. I actually usually streamed at 3 p.m. Central European summertime, which I don't know what. Let me check your time zone. Um, okay, so for your time zone, I usually streamed at 9 a.m. So in terms of that, like I've just been really off schedule recently. So that's kind of why. Usually I did 9. Because for me it's the middle of the day, so I get the best of both worlds, of all worlds really, because all of the people on the West Coast are just waking up, all of the people in Europe is like midday, and all the people on the East Coast are still up because it's not, middle of the night yet. So I get like basically the widest range of audience I can. I did, yeah. I didn't say where you're from, but yes, I did. Come on, is that like I can't even mention time zones? Like it could still be loads of places. Who are you afraid will find you? Are you some kind of spy? I think my upper lip has a smell and I'm not blind to it. It's the mustache. I can't grow a beard for shit. I can grow like a little mustache. If I tried for a long time, I probably could grow like a full mustache. But God, I would look like an absolute pedophile for like 2 months before it would happen. So I'm just not doing it. And I can't grow hair anywhere else. I'm quite a hairless person, actually. I have like basically no hair on my chest. I have very little hair in my armpits. I'm just not a very hairy person. TMI for some of you, but whatever. Get over it. It's a human body. Learn to be proud of it. Give me a sec. I need to blow my nose again. You're from Ireland and you don't drink? What? How do you know that? Did I mention not drinking in the last few days? Why do you remember that? I'm taking up too much real estate in your brain, it seems like. But yeah, I don't drink. I've never been into drinking. You have a book call tomorrow? Yes, I do. Correct. And I'm gonna follow up with them in the next couple hours to see if they're gonna confirm their appointment. If you're not Native American, they don't have body hair either. Is that true? Never mind, it's my breath. I gotta brush my teeth. You go do that, brother. You got into drinking as a waste, don't you? I know. Yeah. Yeah, I really just... It's not that I actually, like, hate the process or the feeling of drinking. I just really have read, like, horrible stuff about the effects of drinking. And I really, really value my brain and my brain cells and my intelligence, and I really want to keep that intact for as long as possible. So I have vowed not to drink. I would have like the occasional sip of wine like once or twice a year, just because I like the taste of wine. But I don't drink because I just, first of all, I like being sober. I enjoy my sober life. I like to talk to people. I like to do fun activities. I just like to have intelligent conversations with people. I really don't like just like getting mindless and like shitting on the street. It's really not my thing. Feeling like throwing up everywhere, fucking in the corner of like a party or something. I'm not into that like degenerate crap. To me, it's degenerate behavior. I don't like it personally. I think a lot of people who have that kind of life, they usually use it as an escape because they don't like the life they currently have. I very rarely meet a person who drinks a lot who has a normal life they're happy with. That's cool. I understand. The reason I suggested having some oxygen plants in your room. Yeah, I will look into it. Yeah, I remember those snake plants. Yeah, they seem good. I'll look into that. Yeah, Native Americans don't have body hair across the board largely. Huh, that's interesting. They seemed like people that would be really hairy to me. But yeah, really not into the drinking. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I've never taken drugs, and I don't intend to. Because in my mind, it's like, if I take the drugs and I hate them, then I never should have taken them. And if I take the drugs and I like them, then I also should have never taken them. There's no winning scenario. So I decided like I should just never do it. You know what I mean? Same with the smoking. So I just never did because of that. What kind of business are you into? I'm doing a digital marketing agency. Get you some succulent plants. Yes. Getting into AI automations, I've heard that it's dying. We need more advanced businesses now, apparently. No, it's definitely not dying. No. It's getting more complex though. The floor, the skill floor is increasing. Sounds like Andrew. It might be. I see some of his stuff sometimes. But like I believe I have a lot of very similar opinions to him. I think Andrew Tate is very misunderstood online because of his like very extreme persona which he uses for his marketing, which works extremely well for his target audience. I understand this because I'm in marketing. Everything he does is marketing. All of the jokes he makes, all of the, you know, rhetoric that he pushes, it's all marketing ploys. Sure, a lot of it might be his genuine personality, but it's not the way that it's portrayed. I can almost guarantee, because I can see a lot of similarities between me and him. I guarantee in real life he's a very chill, relaxed, nice guy to be around. Just from my own personal experience, he seems to be that way to me. Obviously, I haven't met the guy, but like I can tell what's a joke and what isn't, what is a persona and what isn't, and everything else. So there's just a lot of misunderstanding from the general public, especially from a lot of kids. Like a lot of kids don't understand the message that he says. I think you can see a lot of that shift a little bit in recent years because I think he's become more self-aware of that. He's trying to push more positive messaging and be less extreme. He's still very extreme where his following is the biggest, but for a broader range, he's trying to be a little bit more mellow and push more positive messaging now. You can see it. Look, it's very, very smart marketing. He's a very great marketer to learn from. I don't think I could ever do something like that because I'm not an extreme person. And pushing that kind of persona for me would be extremely exhausting. Like I could pull it off if I wanted to, but I don't really want to because I don't think I could keep it up for a long time. It would drive me crazy because I'm a very chill guy. I couldn't keep that kind of energy up for such an extended period of time. How do you mean with advanced businesses? Need to improve my skills and made an AI before? I mean advanced in the sense that most of the things we used to automate are becoming part of daily software, and that's a pain for us. Yeah, but it's just because you need to be better. He sells courses he don't even teach on his own. Yeah, but that's most people. Like you have to realize that it's just like a normal business. You can't always do everything yourself. He's trying to run a business. He hired people who he has vetted, who he knows know certain information that he does as well, and they're the ones that teach the courses, which makes perfect sense. It's like university. Like, do the owners of universities teach the courses? No, of course not. They hire lecturers. They hire college professors, and they teach the courses. And they're supposed to be vetted by the experts to make sure that they're good, and then they let them into the college, and then they give them certain syllabuses. They tell them what they should and they shouldn't teach. They're not super particular about it, but essentially it works exactly the same as a college would. So it's really not a problem. You get what I mean? I don't think it's an issue at all. I think the biggest problem, I can tell you right now, my biggest issue with those kind of courses is they are marketed to a broad audience with the full knowledge that most people will be incapable of using the information. This is my biggest problem with selling information in the digital age to begin with. a lot of people sell very, very good information, which can get you to certain goals in life and to get you to certain income or to improve your relationships or whatever the course is about. The problem is that the people who do the best are marketing it to the most people. And a lot of the people that they market to, they fully know will never be able to apply the information that they are taught. So they are scamming in a way. It's not really scamming, but they are kind of scamming a huge portion of people because the information they give, they know is good and can be used to achieve those results. But they also know that 95% of people will not be able to achieve those results with the courses provided because most people just can't do it. They're incapable of handling it. That's the biggest problem I have. And you have to do that if you want to be really big and really successful. And I have yet to come across a creator or a course seller or a teacher who tries to teach information in a way that's easy enough to digest for literally anybody. I have yet to see that. Every single person selling courses knows that most of the people they sell to won't be able to use the courses, even if the information is good. If they're incapable, that's their problem. Yeah, I agree. But I also think it's slightly scummy to market it as a way, like the way that they market it, and the way you should market it if you want to have good marketing, is you need to say, okay, this applies to everybody. You will get this amount of money. You will be rich, whatever. The same kind of stuff like Andrew Tate you've seen talk about. I'll just use him as an example for this. He says you're going to be rich. You need to level up your skills. You need to be this kind of person, yada, yada, buy our course. And he's right. But he also knows that most of those people, even if they buy the course, are a lost cause. He is injecting hope into people who will never succeed. And it's a little sad, in my opinion. But I do agree that it is their problem. But the marketing is done in a way to be manipulative, to give hope to people who will never actually be able to fully utilize what they're being sold. If that makes sense. That's my opinion on the whole thing. Let me see some stuff I missed here. Is that making AI automations to connect a bunch of different software, use AI's judgment, and then get work done? Yep. Data processing is not as much as selling information. Let's just trying to make this stick to a subscription-based business. And any data processing is a different field. We can do is automatic customer support, calls both inbound and outbound. The biggest problem right now is not necessarily that it's oversaturated, because it's just the messaging is poorly done. Because most people that are starting AI agencies don't know anything about marketing. So just because an industry is saturated does not mean that that's a negative sign. In actuality, a saturated market is a good thing because it means that there is an insane amount of demand. The only problem is the messaging, because I know a lot of people that do like inbound and outbound calling agents or customer service bots or chat bots, whatever, and they all pitch it as the same thing. So if you're a business owner and you come across 1,000 people telling you they're going to give you a chat bot, you don't care because you've seen it 1,000 times. You need to have a USP, a unique selling point. You need to have a reason for why somebody should choose you over anybody else. This is the fundamental of business. This is how you compete with other people. You're never going to be in a market on your own. I can tell you a monopoly is almost impossible to achieve. You are never going to achieve a monopoly. Forget about it. You need to outcompete your competitors. That is the whole brunt of the business. You need to know how to do that. Have a better offer, have a better guarantee, have more urgency, more scarcity, promotional offers. You need to have something that makes you stand out. Why should somebody choose you over somebody else? That's the biggest problem that you're going to be facing. Totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I mean, he should provide one-on-one mentors as well, because that will actually really match what he advertises on the internet. Yes, but you have to look at it from the perspective of how expensive that would be because of the insane amount of demand. If he did personal mentorship himself, or he hired like a team of even like 10 people to do one-on-one mentorship, there's how many people are in his school? It's like a few million at this point. It's like what, a couple million, 2-3 million, something like that. I'm just gonna go off of 2 million. Can you imagine how many mentors you'd have to hire to service 2 million people? And if you're only going to be hiring something like 10, can you imagine how many people would want the mentorship and how full the mentor schedule would be? So in that essence, how much it would cost? It would cost tens of thousands of dollars, which most people just wouldn't be able to afford. And the people who can afford it don't really need the help. So I don't think that that's a solution. In an ideal world where you want to be as helpful as possible, of course, you might be able to set something like that up. But at the end of the day, they're trying to run a profitable business. They're not trying to help as many people as they possibly can. So you have to follow the supply-demand curve. Otherwise, you're just wasting money, resources, and time. Info and data are market hard for me to understand as a farmer. Hunger is our best advertisement. It's a skill floor, and yeah, tech dudes understand automations, don't get marketing. Did you read the $100 million offers book? I did, yeah. It's I read money models too, and leads. I noticed you speaking of its principles. Yeah. I mean, it does a really good job at breaking down some very important concepts of marketing. I'm telling you, at this point, I'm like a haven of information. I can talk about this shit for hours. It's just the execution right now that I'm at, and it's probably going to take me a little bit to get it to work. The biggest thing I think I still need to work on is the whole media buying process and making the ad creatives. Like structuring campaigns, making ad creatives and stuff, but a lot of it I'm probably going to learn from experience. Because that's something that needs a lot of testing and a lot of tweaking. So. Christina, how come you're here like... Okay, actually, you know what? It's Sunday. I was like, you've been here every day like for the last 3 days. And on Friday was like middle of the day. You're probably just not have been at work because it's been the weekend. So never mind. I was wondering, I'm like, I lose track of days sometimes, so occasionally I forget that it's the weekend because I work every day. So is there a book to solve this problem of not executing stuff? Because I'm at a place, I'm going at a slow pace. I'm guessing you meant. The Goal by Goldratt is a good book. Honestly, the whole execution thing is just practice. Allow yourself to fail. Give yourself enough resources where you can bounce back despite of failure. In spite of failure. Rather. Literally, I can give you... You don't have to read any books. You can read the books that Elabek is suggesting, but I can give you the advice that you don't need to read any books. Focus on speed. Speed is the most important thing that you could focus on in a business. If you keep up momentum, you cannot fail. Let yourself make mistakes. Don't be afraid of mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the better. There's this saying that I really like, this quote I read one time, which helped me reframe the process of selling in my head. Which is, let's say you're a salesman, right? And you're just a beginner and you're working on making your sales and you're constantly worried about getting your first yes. And you're like, oh, maybe the next call will be a yes. Maybe the next call will be a yes. And every time somebody says no, it's like a stab in the heart. It demotivates you, makes you feel horrible, right? Now, let's say that you talk to your colleagues and you look through all of the statistics and you notice that everybody who started, on average, every 100 no's gets a yes. And you are selling a product for $1,000. Instead of thinking, I need to get as many yeses as possible, think, I need to get through as many no's as I possibly can. And with that, every single time you get a no, it's going to motivate you to get the next one. And you will know that on average, every 100 no's, you will get your yes. So you need to set your goal as not getting your first yes, but as getting through 100 no's. Does that make sense? And the reason I mentioned the price too is because if you're selling something for $1,000 and on average, every 100 calls you make, you're going to get a yes, then every no made you $10. You understand? Let yourself make mistakes. Let yourself fail. Accept the failure. Make your goals achievable. Make them small so that you don't procrastinate as much, and just hammer at it. That's all you got to do, and do it quick. Don't worry too much about getting things perfect. Because if you're going to spend too much time on getting things perfect, you know what's going to happen? When you finally are ready to launch and make, you know, whatever it is that you have, your product or your service or your offer or ad campaign, whatever it is, when you finally launch, out of months that you've taken to get this thing perfect, what's going to happen is it's going to fail anyway. So you might as well have done it sooner, gotten some data, and actually been able to use the data to make an informed decision so you can fix your mistakes faster. So there's my advice to you. Although, like, I could be spewing bullshit. I have yet to prove that any of my frameworks work at all. Well, hopefully I'll find out in the next month. Or I'm gonna lose my house. Well, I don't own the house. I'm gonna lose my living space. What was that? Also, why was my pinky up like some kind of posh weirdo? I'm getting so fucking sweaty. You can see it on my face. It's starting to glow. Give me a second. Boy. Good advice. Thanks. I'm sure the books you recommended are good too, but sometimes, you know, I think a lot of people just like to do mental masturbation. They like to read, they like to research, they like to learn stuff because they're afraid of doing stuff. Sometimes, like, you can read a few things so that you're somewhat informed, but the majority of your lessons are going to be learned through execution. So you just need to start doing. Stop thinking so much and start acting. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. It's been an hour, 20 minutes. That's long enough. My voice is kind of starting to hurt a little bit. Had a good stream today. Gotta go gym now. Got something important to discuss with you. Let me know if you can chat. Yeah, sure. Important. Okay. Wonder what that is. Sure. Enjoy your gym session. Crush it. All right, man. Good stream. Thanks, Alabek. Nice to have you around like usual. Same with you, Ristina. Looks like you're becoming a regular here. Yeah, talk to you later. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you.